August started off with a bang because of Yeezy Day, and it seems like the second half of August is just as strong. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and this is Sit or Sell for the second half of August 2022. But first, I want to give a huge thank you to Sole Premise for supporting the channel. So I know you guys have heard me talk about my Sole Premise backpack a bunch and how I use it to carry a bunch of sneakers whenever I travel, but I also use another bag which I don't talk about as much. And that bag is my Sole Premise duffel bag, which I use whenever I travel anywhere. So for example, I'm going to SneakerCon DC this weekend and I'm absolutely bringing this. In fact, I'm already packed. And what's great about this duffel bag, other than the fact that it just looks great in general, is that like the backpack, this bag is TSA approved, which means you can bring it onto the airplane with you. And not only that, this bag holds a lot of stuff. Plus, it has two special sneaker compartments specifically designed for your shoes. In fact, you've got one on either side. I've got my New Balance 550s on one side, and on the other side, I've got my Air Jordan 1 Lows. So if you want to check out Sole Premise for yourself and grab one of their awesome bags, make sure to click that link in the top of the description below, then use my code SETH at checkout for 40% off your entire order. So just to fill you guys in, if you've never seen one of these videos before, basically what we do is we take a look at all of the sneaker releases, or all of the important sneaker releases, in the first half or second half of any given month. In this case, it's the second half of August 2022. I then let you know what I think about each one of these sneakers and whether I think each one of these shoes is going to sit on shelves or sell out. And I mean, that's really all there is to it, so I guess without further ado, let's just dive right into things. So first off, on August 16th, we've got two different New Balance 550s dropping. These two shoes are the 550s in the white and Team Royal colorway and the white and Team Red colorway. And I mean, honestly, these two shoes are pretty similar. The only difference is that the accent color on one shoe is red and the accent color on the other shoe is blue. And I mean, you guys know what I'm gonna say. I love 550s. I think both of these shoes are winners, but if I had to pick one colorway, I guess I would go with the red. I just think 550s are great all-around shoes. They're retro basketball sneakers that have been brought back over the last couple years. They're not the most comfortable shoe in the world. They're about as comfortable as a pair of Air Jordan 1s, but they look great. They're super versatile, and in either of these two colorways, they're very easy to rock. And honestly, with a price point of just 110 bucks, you can't go wrong with either of these two shoes, and I think both of these colorways will probably sell out. It might not be an instant sellout, but they'll definitely sell out within the first couple days. Dropping on August 17th, we've got the Nike Air Force 1 Rattan. So this shoe is pretty simple. It's a tonal tan Air Force 1 low. It kind of resembles the Stussy Air Force 1 lows, at least in color. And one of the only major differences between the height of the shoe between this shoe and that shoe is that this shoe features a light tan Nike swoosh and that shoe features a black Nike swoosh. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it's a clean pair of Air Force 1s, but it's not something that I think is gonna have that much hype behind it, and for that reason, I'm giving this shoe a sit. Also dropping on the 17th, we've got the Air Jordan 14 Light Ginger. So this is a very clean Air Jordan 14 colorway. It features a primarily yellow suede upper, accented by a white nose and black accents on the midsole and on the heel of the shoe. And I mean, I know a lot of people are not huge fans of the Air Jordan 14s. I was not always a huge fan of the shoe, and then I got some pairs and I realized I really love the silhouette. But this is one of those colorways that I think even if you don't love the model and you just love yellow shoes, this is a sneaker that you will definitely be trying to grab. It's just super clean, but even though it's a very clean sneaker, Jordan hype is just not what it used to be, and because of that, I do think this shoe will probably sit on shelves. Then the only sneaker release that we have on the 18th is the newest colorway of the Soleil Crocs X Clog. Apparently this colorway is the Cobbler colorway, which I'm assuming has something to do with peach cobbler because the shoe comes in like a very light orange color look, which I actually really dig. And you know what? I've got to admit it, I think I have a Soleil Crocs addiction. I have a couple of his pairs. I'm trying to get more of his pairs, and if I can grab this pair for retail, I'll be stoked. Now, unfortunately, doing that will be easier said than done because his collaborations with Crocs tend to sell out almost immediately, and I definitely think this Cobbler colorway will follow in the footsteps of every other Soleil Crocs colorway and absolutely sell out. Moving on to August 19th, we've got the This Is Never That New Balance 2002R. So I'm not very familiar with the South Korean streetwear imprint This Is Never That, but this is one of their newest collaborations with New Balance, and it's on one of my favorite New Balance silhouettes, the 2002R. This sneaker comes in a very clean tonal gray upper accented by a teal insole, which I think is a nice touch, and overall it's a clean and simple New Balance 2002R. And even though honestly it doesn't look that different from some standard New Balance 2002Rs, because this shoe is a collaboration with this brand, I do think this shoe will probably end up selling out. Next up, also dropping on the 19th from the same collaboration, we've got the This Is Never That New Balance 1906R. So in my opinion, this shoe is by far going to be the most popular shoe from this collaboration. According to New Balance, this 1906R silhouette is taken from the early 2000s and features a look that is definitely popular right now. The upper of the shoe comes in a gray mesh accented by metallic silver overlays, and the entire look of the shoe is rounded off with a cream colored midsole. And I know you guys think I'm just totally a sucker for New Balance, which I'm not going to deny. New Balance is dope. This shoe is absolutely fire and is definitely a shoe on my radar, and is a shoe that unfortunately I think is going to be kind of hard to get because I do think this shoe will probably sell out. Then moving things over to Nike, we've got two colorways of the Ambush Air Adjust Force releasing. So I'm not gonna lie, I am not familiar with the Air Adjust Force, and I feel like that's why Ambush decided to collaborate on this silhouette, because it's one that looks very unique and many people haven't seen. This collaboration is dropping in two different colorways, the Summit White and Black colorway and the Black and Psychic Purple colorway, and both of these colorways look alright. I mean, I gotta be honest, neither of these shoes are for me. They're not shoes that I really want to pick up, but I do think some people might be interested in them if only for the collaboration. That being said, even though both of these shoes are a collaboration with popular brand Ambush, I do think that both of these sneakers will probably sit on shelves. Also dropping on the 19th, we've got the Air Jordan 13 French Blue. So in my opinion, this is a very clean take on the Air Jordan 13. I absolutely love this sneaker. It comes with a primarily white leather upper accented by gray and blue hits, or I guess French blue hits. And I mean, it's just one of those Air Jordan 13 colorways that just pop. I absolutely love the way this sneaker looks. Now I've got to say that out of most of the Air Jordan sneakers that are dropping this month, I do think this has one of the better chances to actually sell out, because as we all know, Air Jordan sneakers haven't been moving the way that they used to move a year and a half to a year ago, but I really think this colorway is fire. Is there enough fire to actually make this sneaker sell out? I don't know, and because of that, I think I am going to lean towards giving this shoe a sit. Then finally rounding off the 19th, we've got the Adidas YEEZY 700 V2 Vanta. So this is a restock of the triple black 700 V2. It's a shoe that was very popular when it first came out, but as time went along and as Yeezy Day happened, I think all of the prices of Yeezy sneakers have plummeted, and because of that, the popularity of this shoe has definitely plummeted as well. In my opinion, a lot of people just buy Yeezys to resell them, which I know is not a groundbreaking opinion whatsoever, but as things have kind of slowed down with Yeezy resale, I think the Yeezy sales have slowed down as well. And something like this, a shoe that is sort of popular but not incredibly popular, like a pair of foam runners or slides, it's just not going to move the way that it would have 2 years ago. However, it is still a pair of Yeezy 700 V2s. Adidas kind of artificially sells out a lot of their Yeezys if they don't move online, so because of that, I'm kind of obligated to give this shoe a sell. Fixing my seat because my seat broke. I've had it for like 3 years and this has never happened, so I don't know what's going on. Then moving on to August 20th, we've got the early release of the brand new Apothecary sock collection taking place at SneakerCon DC. So I'm going to be at SneakerCon DC this Saturday, August 20th and Sunday, August 21st at the Apothecary booth. And at SneakerCon DC, we're actually doing an early release of our brand new Apothecary dip dye collection. So if you want to grab any of these socks early, make sure to stop by the Apothecary booth at SneakerCon DC this weekend. And also, I'd love it if you guys came up and said what's up. It'd be great to meet you guys. And for those of you that can't make the event, we are also dropping this collection online on Monday, August 22nd at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on apothecary.com. And I've got to say that I think this collection is absolutely fire. It comes in 4 different dip dye colorways. My personal favorite is the brown colorway, and also that red and yellow is really clean. I mean, they're all really clean, but those ones are my favorites, and they go with a lot of the sneakers in my collection. We also have limited edition Apothecary shoe horns, which are super sick, come in 2 different colors, and are available on our website right now. Continuing on to August 22nd, in addition to the online release of the Apothecary dip dye collection, we're also getting the Yeezy slide in the Flax colorway. And you know what? Speaking of the dip dye collection, that brown colorway would go perfectly with these Flax slides. I might have to actually grab a pair of both. Well, I mean, I guess I already have a pair of the Apothecary socks, but not of the slides. I do want to grab the slides. These slides come in a dark chocolatey brown colorway, pretty similar to what we saw in the ochre slides, however, with a little bit more of a darker brown hue, and overall, they are a very clean look. I'm a huge Yeezy slide fan, and this is absolutely a shoe that I'm going to be going for, but only for retail. I probably wouldn't pay resale for this pair because I already have the ochres. And of course, because it's a Yeezy slide, and Yeezy slides are some of the most popular Yeezys out at the moment, this shoe will absolutely sell out. Then moving on to August 23rd, we've got the Nike Air Max 97 in Atlantic Blue and Voltage Yellow. So this colorway was apparently released for the first time 5 years ago to honor the 20th anniversary of the Nike Air Max 97. The sneaker comes in a primarily black, silver, blue, and green, or I guess yellow colorway, and it's one of the cleaner Air Max 97s to drop recently. I also just found out that the Air Max 97 shape was inspired by the Japanese bullet train, which It's crazy that I never knew until now, but it makes a lot of sense. Overall, it's a very clean look and a very clean colorway, but I just don't think there's that much hype behind this release, so for that reason, I'm giving this shoe a sit. Also dropping on the 23rd, we've got the Nike Dunk Low Vast Gray. So this shoe is not that exciting, but it is still a clean look, and it comes in a primarily, I guess, yellowish gray upper accented by light gray overlays. I mean, I don't really have anything bad to say about this sneaker, but it's not something I'm that excited about, but at the end of the day, it is still a Nike Dunk Low, and for that reason, and because it's such a clean colorway, or at least an easy to wear colorway, I do think that this shoe will probably sell out. Then moving on to August 24th, we've got the Fro Skate Nike SB Dunk High Pro All Love. So as you could probably tell from the name of this sneaker, this shoe is a collaboration with skate shop Fro Skate, and it features a crazy multicolor upper. On the white midfoot panel of the shoe, you've got the words All Love repeatedly debossed into the side, which gives it a very unique look, and the overlays of the sneaker come in alternating colors, which vary from shoe to shoe. It's a very bright and colorful Nike SB Dunk High, and that's something that we've been getting a lot of recently, but they're not always that clean, and I think this is one of the better looking Nike SB Dunks to drop in a while. And of course, because this shoe is a Nike Dunk, and particularly a Nike SB Dunk High, I definitely think this shoe will sell out. Then finishing off August 24th, we've got the Air Jordan 3 Dark Iris. So this shoe is almost a white cement 3, however it switches out some of the more classic colors for a deep purple, which I actually really dig. Now what's crazy about this shoe is that even though it's a clean Air Jordan 3 that I think a lot of people are going to be into, it seems like the resale price of this sneaker has already tanked like 3 weeks before the release of this shoe. In fact, it tanked like a month and a half ago, 2 months before the release of this shoe. And I'm honestly not sure why. Maybe there's just a huge amount of these available and people are just able to get their hands on them early, which I'm assuming is the case, but the colorway of this shoe is so clean, and purple, although it's not one of the most popular colors out there, it's still a great look and it looks great on this shoe. Out of every Air Jordan sneaker releasing at the end of this month, in my opinion, this is my favorite, and I also would have thought that it would have been the most popular, but for whatever reason, it might not be. I really think that that's because there's probably a bunch of these being made, but who knows? And because of that, I do kind of think this shoe might end up sitting on shelves. Not in every size, but I do kind of feel like if you walk into your local Foot Locker a day and a half or 3 days after the release of the shoe, you will still probably be able to find pairs on shelves. Next up, on August 25th, we've got the Nike Air Max Penny in white and Varsity Royal. So according to Nike, this shoe is a 1-to-1 remake of the original Nike Air Max Penny in the original colorway. And I've got to say, it's an incredibly clean sneaker with a lot of history behind it. And if you're nostalgic for this shoe, or you really want to grab this shoe and haven't been able to, now's your chance, and I definitely think you should try and grab it. With that being said, unless you have a lot of nostalgia towards this shoe, or you're trying to collect sneakers that are important to sneaker history, this shoe is probably not going to interest you that much. And because of that, even though this shoe is iconic, I still think this shoe has a chance of sitting on shelves. Moving on to August 26th, we've got the Nike Air Max 1 Dirty Denim. So this Air Max 1 colorway is designed to look like your favorite pair of worn-in jeans, and I've got to say, they did a pretty decent job because it really reminds me of jeans like it's supposed to. And as someone who's not the biggest fan of denim sneakers, I do think Nike did a great job on this shoe because it looks very clean, and of course I love that little mini Nike swoosh on the toe. One of my favorite details though is the pairing of the sail colored midsole with that gum outsole. You can never go wrong with that pairing, and I think it looks great when it's contrasted with the blue on the upper. Overall, it's a great look, but I don't hear that many people being excited about this release, so for that reason, I'm giving this shoe a sit. Also dropping on the 26th, we've got the women's Nike Dunk High Camo. So Camo is incredibly popular right now, and when you pair Camo with a Nike Dunk High, which is also incredibly popular, you get a shoe that's kind of a mashup for success. Now looking at this shoe, I'm not gonna lie, I don't love it personally, but I'm not the biggest Camo fan in the world. If you love desert Camo and you love Nike Dunk Highs, and you're a woman who can fit this shoe, then this is the perfect shoe for you. And I mean, let's be honest, there's gonna be a lot of dudes who are going for this shoe too, so all the bigger sizes are gonna sell out immediately and probably resell for something at least, and because of that, I'm definitely giving this shoe a sell. After that, we've got the Air Jordan 1 Low Smoke Gray. So this shoe definitely has some off-white vibes to it. The shoe features a black and gray textile upper, accented by some exposed foam around the different panels of the shoe, and it makes me think that if Virgil Abloh had ever released an off-white Air Jordan 1 Low, it might have looked similar to this. It also reminds me a lot of the upcoming Travis Scott Air Jordan 1 Lows that are all black, and plus Air Jordan 1 Lows are probably the most popular Air Jordan 1s at the moment, which is kind of crazy to say, but it seems like that's the truth. That's actually kind of crazy. Hold up. Do you guys remember my We Are Underdog Seth Fowler Jason DeGrito under construction shoe? It looks a lot like this Air Jordan 1 Low. I mean, down to the red and the black, and of course the exposed foam. I don't think they were copying it. Let's be honest, they're probably not watching, or if they are, they're probably not copying my stuff, but that's an uncanny resemblance. Well, even if they did steal it, there's nothing I can do about it. Regardless, I do think this shoe is going to be pretty popular, and I do think that this shoe is probably going to sell out. And then finally, rounding off August 26th, we've got a restock of the Adidas Yeezy foam runners in the sand colorway. So I don't really have much to say about this colorway. It's kind of just a light tan foam runner. It looks a lot like the Ararats and a lot like the, what's the other colorway that looks just like this? Is it the Stone Sages? I don't know, but it looks a lot like a lot of the other foam runners. It's a great looking shoe, but it's nothing we haven't seen before. And of course, Yeezy foam runners are some of the most popular Yeezys out right now. So because of that, this restock will absolutely sell out. Moving on to August 27th, we've got the Air Jordan 12 Stealth Gray. So in my opinion, this is definitely one of the more boring Air Jordan releases this month. It's a primarily gray Air Jordan 12 with white accents on the mudguard and on the midsole, and that's about it. I mean, it's not a bad shoe if you're looking for an understated Air Jordan 12, but I'm gonna be real, I don't like this sneaker that much, and it's not a shoe that I'm planning to pick up. I get that they're going for a more simple colorway, but I just feel like they took one of the more popular colorways and desaturated it, and this is what we got, and it's just kind of like, it's fine. And like I've been saying about a lot of the other Air Jordan releases this month, I just don't see this shoe being that popular, and for that reason, I'm giving this shoe a sit. Also releasing on August 27th, we've got the Bad Bunny Adidas Forum Buckle Low in blue tint. So it seems like Adidas and Bad Bunny have struck gold with their Forum Low collaborations. Everyone previously has sold out and resold for a decent amount of money. And in my opinion, this blue tint colorway is not going to be any different. I think this shoe is actually one of the stronger Bad Bunny Forum colorways, and I think a lot of people are excited about it. As the name of the sneaker would suggest, this shoe comes with a buckle across the midfoot, and of course the sneaker comes in tonal blues. I guess light blues, but still tonal blues, and it's a very clean look. I'm not gonna lie, even though I'm not a Bad Bunny fan, this shoe is fire, and I really dig this blue tint. And of course, because of everything we've already talked about, I definitely think this shoe will sell out. Then finishing off the month on August 30th, we've got the Nike Dunk High Vintage Particle Gray. I'm not totally sure why Nike and Jordan Brand are releasing so many gray sneakers at the end of August. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. There's even another one before we finish off the video that we'll get to in a second, but this is a very gray Nike Dunk. However, it is accented by a sail midsole and pink laces, and I think that saves the shoe. In fact, this might be crazy to say, but I think this might be one of my favorite Nike Dunk Highs of the entire year. I love the look. I love the alternating tonal grays. I love the pink hit on the laces. I love the sail colored midsole. It's just a very clean, subtle, but not too subtle look that is definitely easy to rock with a lot of different things, and it's a shoe that I'm definitely going to be gunning for. Now, the one thing I don't love about this shoe is that the primary upper of the sneaker, the dark gray panels, are done in canvas and not in leather. The overlays are in leather, but the main part of this shoe is canvas, and while I don't mind canvas, on a sneaker like this, I would have liked the whole shoe to be leather. That said, it's still going to be a popular colorway on a popular sneaker, and because of that, I do think that this shoe will sell out. Next up, also dropping on the 30th, we've got one of the weirdest sneakers on today's list, and that's the Air Jordan 1 High Utility in white and neutral indigo. I don't get this shoe. I don't understand it. I don't know why anyone would want a parachute pocket, or more realistically, a stash pocket hanging off the back of their shoe. It doesn't make sense to me. It makes the shoe look awful, and this colorway actually makes it worse. What's the point of this shoe? Maybe I'm not fashionable enough to understand it, but it's a weird sneaker and I don't want it. In fact, if I start making that video of the worst sneaker of the year again, which I haven't done in a while, but I might do it again this year, this shoe will probably be on that list. Low on the list, but still on the list. It just doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. And when you put stuff into that back pocket, if it's heavy enough, it drags on the ground. It's stupid. It's a really stupid shoe, but yet it's still probably gonna sell out. And because of that, I'm giving this shoe a sell. And then finally, rounding off August 30th, as well as today's video, we've got the Air Jordan 1 High Stealth. So this is another shoe whose value tanked months before the sneaker ever came out, which is crazy to me, especially because this shoe is an Air Jordan 1. It's also another white and gray sneaker, which I don't understand why Jordan Brand and Nike are doing that so much right now, but enough, it's boring. The color blocking of this shoe is very similar to the Air Jordan 1 Heritage, except instead of red, you've got gray. That shoe didn't do very well, but that shoe honestly looked better than this shoe, so this shoe is also probably not gonna do very well. And it's not a sneaker that people are that excited for, and you can tell from the resale price. So because of that, even though it's an Air Jordan 1 High, and even though I think it will sell okay, I don't think this sneaker is gonna sell out. But with that, we pretty much wrap up the entire video for today. Now, I would love to know your thoughts on these releases and which shoes you're looking forward to most. Also, don't forget to check out Sole Premise by clicking the link in the top of the description below and using my code Seth for 40% off your entire order. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.